everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jennifer. Today we're going to be using the Chanel Tweed eyeshadow quad in Fauve. It's spelled F-A-U-V-E, and I actually know how this one's pronounced because I took a lot of art classes in, well, actually throughout my life, I took a lot of art classes. And Fauve is a type of painting style almost. Usually means like vivid in color. It's like a fauve painting. And I don't know if this is going to be vivid in color or not. The tweeds, the eyeshadows, I've done Pourpre and I've done, oh my goodness, what was the second one? I'll put it down below. I've done 2 of them already. This is the 3rd. And then the 4th one is actually still on its way to me. The shipping is just, I don't know what's happening. But anyway, so this one is, I'd say, more eclectic in the shades than the others. But whether or not it's vibrant, we'll have to judge that. So we'll go ahead and swatch it, do an eye look, see what we think. Brought you in a little bit closer. As I'm doing this video, I'm getting my hair cut like very soon after this. So one of the last videos where my hair will be long. I usually get like 6 inches when I cut it off because I only cut my hair like twice a year, maybe 3 times a year, but my hair grows really fast. So you need to cut off several inches when you cut it, or really there's no point because I just have to come back. So I get, you know, a pretty sizable cut and then come back 6 months later. Okay, that is Fauve. There's no R, there's no E, at least the way you pronounce it. I definitely think this is more vibrant than the others. Yeah, I would agree with that. Okay, let's try it out on the eye and see what that actually does. Because something can look one way when you put it on your skin, very different on the eye. So let's go in with what I'm calling the burnt orange shade. It's this shade right here. And use that as almost a transition shade, or traditional transition shade. Yeah, that has more pigment so far than the other tweeds that I've used. The Pourpre and the Brun et Rose, I finally remembered the other one. The Brunette Rose and the Pourpre are definitely less pigmented just by using this one shade first, because I can tell you there really weren't any other shades in those quads that gave you that much pigment. So maybe by naming it Fauve, that they were trying to indicate that this is the vivid color one. That makes some sense. It's a, of course, French term for the painting style. Yeah, that's definitely, I mean, it's not super pigmented. I'm not saying it's like, you know, a Pat McGrath or anything like that, but it's certainly got depth to it. I'm just taking like whatever's little left of it and just kind of putting it up into the brow a little bit. Blending it out. Yeah, it's pretty. I'd say it's like a burnt orange. It's got a coolness to it though. If you look at it, it's not pure warm. It has a little bit of peach undertone, which is interesting. Okay, let's take the peach shade here, put that on the eyelid itself. And the way these look, you know, the tweed, it is really beautiful. I feel kind of bad about messing it up, but you can't use it and not mess up the embossing. But the embossing is very good. It does look really very nice. So I might buy more of these if they are easy to get in the US. You know, maybe like in the color story that I end up liking the most, I will buy another one just to keep. We'll see. But this is very pretty. So this peach shade is like an iridescent shade. Reminds me a little of the Peach Glow one in the Dior. You can see it actually has a similar color story, just those two shades. So that's very nice. All right, we're gonna take the brown shade and deepen up the crease. I'm gonna save the gold as almost a topper. I wanna see how that changes the color story. I think it will quite a bit, but let's find out. Yeah, the brown has enough pigment in it. I'm just placing it on the outer corner right now. It's not like it's not super pigmented. It's like the burnt orangey peach shade, but it's certainly enough to deepen a look. I'm gonna keep this on the outer part of the eye, and then I'm going to use it as liner. I do try to keep in mind when I'm doing this, even though it's, you know, snowing outside and cold, that these are spring looks and, you know, would lend themselves to a quote springier look, which frankly can be whatever you mean. I mean, honestly, there's no such thing. You can wear any colors any time of year and any style any time of year, but I do think generally of spring as a lighter look. You know, it's just how my mind goes. I wear lighter clothing, have lighter makeup. All right, so I'm gonna take that gold shade, and that's what it looks like on the finger, and just kind of pop it on the eyelid. Yeah, it absolutely does change the look. In fact, it makes it, it almost overtakes it. Can you see the difference between the gold? I'll close my eye. The gold on top here and without it here. I think that's really interesting. I like it on the eye on top, but I also think you could use it as just an accent, like at the inner corner. In fact, I'm gonna put a little bit on the inner corner to see how that might like brighten up the inner corner of the eye, because it's a strong gold actually, like a yellow gold. So it's gonna, I think it overtakes that peach shade. Yeah, it's really pretty. You know what it looks like? It looks like a sunset. That's the kind of look, that's the feel I get from it, like a sunset. It's very pretty. All right, let's take the brown shade, use that as a liner, use that a little bit out here. Yeah, it definitely looks like a sunset to me, or a sunrise, but to me, like the brown almost goes a little purple with the orange underneath it, and then the peach with the gold on top, you get more of that, you know what I mean? It looks, to me, it looks like a sunset. That's really pretty. If you like those types of shades, like the Natasha Denona sunset or sunrise, but sunset palette, hope I'm not mixing them up. I think that's what I'm talking. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. That looks really nice. Okay, let me put on a little bit of mascara so you can see how the finished look is, and we'll be right back. So a little bit of mascara on. The lipstick is a chocolate liner from Sicily and the Chanel Flirty Coral Cocoa Balm that came out recently. So it depends on when this is going up. If you're seeing it on Patreon, it came out recently. If you're seeing it on my YouTube channel, I'm not exactly sure when the tweeds are gonna be released in the US. But anyway, so I actually think this is my favorite. Of the three I've tried so far, I don't have the fourth one. And the name of the fourth one is escaped me. But anyway, I think this is really pretty. It's unusual. It's kind of an unusual quint because the color story in here, you know, the two shades, burnt orangey shade and the peach shade, are obvious. Like these two go together really well. This gold enhances it and kind of brings it to another level. And then this is a brown, but it's like it's a cool purpley brown. It's really interesting on the eye. I'm definitely gonna wanna play with this some more and like try out the purple brown with the peach and the gold with just the gold and this burnt red orange shade. Cause I think together, like I said, to me it looks like a sunset. That's what I get. But I think it's really beautiful on the eye. And I think it's my favorite of the quads, and I wouldn't have guessed that. It's definitely more pigmented than the other two. This is the tweed covering that it comes in. And I'd say two things about the tweeds that I've noticed so far. The other tweeds have more of the tweed blush type look, so they're lighter, not as pigmented, have a gorgeous sheen to them though, and they do look really beautiful on the eye. I personally think they're gonna be really good for a more mature eye because they're very forgiving, the formula. I think it's very forgiving. It's very soft. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Suku. It's really nice. Of the three I've tried, this one is more pigmented and reminds me more of a traditional eyeshadow formula, but I would also say it does have a gorgeous sheen to it. And although the other tweeds were lighter and more sheen-like and had, you know, a beautiful ethereal look to them, they all lasted. Now, I do have dry skin and dry eyelids. Just like to say that for those of you who have very oily eyelids, you will have a different experience, I'm sure. But for me, lasted all day without any problems. No creasing, you know, nothing like that. And I'm not wearing any primer on my eyes. When I try these, you know, new formulas out, I don't use a primer generally, but when I do, it's with formulas I've already tried out to see how they work for you. So I don't like to, you know, mix things so that I know it's the eyeshadow working, not the primer. But yeah, I really like this color story. I think this is my favorite so far. Surprise. So one more in the tweed collection, guys. I'll put the name down below because I've forgotten it. That will be coming up as soon as I get it. And then we will have gone through all the tweed eyeshadows. When I've done all four, I'd love to hear your thoughts about what your favorite is. I mean, even now, like if you just want to comment on these first three, I'd love to hear, you know, like which ones people are liking most, because just because I like this one the most, of course, does not mean that that's, you know, what you're all thinking. So it'd be really interesting to hear. So thanks so much for joining me today, guys. I really do appreciate it. Hope to see you in another video really soon.